Hi everyone, my name is Julie Kruger and I am the attorney at Kruger Immigration Law. We are a small boutique immigration law firm headquartered in Buffalo, New York, and our mission is to help our clients achieve their dreams without borders. So our practice includes family immigration, business immigration, citizenship and naturalization cases, admissibility cases like waivers and issues with Customs and Border Protection, removal defense, basically any kind of immigration matter. Our office here in Buffalo, you can reach us at www.krugerimmigrationlaw.com at 716-393-9878, or you can email me at julie@krugerimmigrationlaw.com. And we also have a by appointment only office in Toronto, Ontario. So if you have an immigration matter that you'd like to speak with us about, give me a call here or send me an email. We offer a free case evaluation for most types of cases, and we can determine the best strategy for your case. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the President's travel ban and talk a little bit about what the travel ban is, who is subject to it, then the waiver that's available for the travel ban if you are subject to it, and how to apply for that waiver. So the President's travel ban, this is the third version of the travel ban that was signed into law. This one it was put into place in September of 2017, and it affects citizens from 7 countries. And those countries include Iran, Libya, North Korea, Somalia, Syria, Venezuela, and Yemen. And each of the countries that are subject to the travel ban, there are different types of people that are banned from coming into the United States, depending on which country you're from. And this travel ban is designed to, is meant to provide protection from terrorism and other national security threats to the United States. And so these are countries that at some point the administration identified as national security threats and not complying with certain passport requirements, machine readable passport requirements, other criminal record sharing information. So each of these countries had some kind of problem with those various issues. The travel ban, countries that are subject to the travel ban, are supposed to be reviewed every 180 days, and potentially if these countries change their policies to meet their US's requirements, then would be removed from this travel ban list. So I'm just going to focus on a couple of the different countries that we see here in our practice. One of which is Yemen. We handle a lot of cases with clients who are coming from Yemen, and if you are a citizen of Yemen, citizens of Yemen are banned. All immigrants and all temporary visitors coming for business or tourism. So anybody applying for an immigrant visa from Yemen is subject to the travel ban. Anybody applying for a tourist visa or coming to the U.S. as a business visitor is subject to the travel ban. So that means that if you are coming in some other way, for example, as a fiance or a student, you are not subject to the travel ban if you are from Yemen. If you are from Iran, all immigrants, all non-immigrants from Iran are subject to the travel ban, with the exception of students and some exchange visitors. So if you're from Iran, you're subject to the travel ban if you're coming as an immigrant or a non-immigrant, except for in these few very specific categories. And so if you are subject to the travel ban and you're applying for a visa, what will happen is you'll submit your visa application, your supporting documentation, go to an interview at the embassy or consulate closest to you, and at that interview, the consular officer will determine whether you are subject to the travel ban, and if so, whether or not the consular officer recommends you for a waiver of that travel ban. And that waiver criteria, the consular officer is looking for whether denying the waiver would be a undue hardship on that foreign national who's applying for the visa, whether the entry of that foreign national would pose a threat to the national security or public safety of the U.S., and whether entry of that foreign national would be in the national interest of the U.S. So when applying for a visa, you're subject to the travel ban, and asking for a waiver of that travel ban, that is what you need to be able to show in order to qualify for that waiver. Each embassy and consulate around the world has its own policies and procedures. So how the different embassies and consulates are handling these waiver applications is different for each place. So that means that when you're applying for a visa, you need to understand what the process is for establishing your eligibility for a waiver at that particular embassy or consulate, whether you should be submitting documents in advance, taking documentation at the interview. Maybe that consulate won't take any documentation in support of your request. So really fully understanding there isn't necessarily one process. This is not the same as other types of waivers, non-immigrant waivers, where you file specific forms, you pay a fee, you submit your supporting documentation. The process, there's no standard processing of this, the waiver of this travel ban. And so this is one area where if you are subject to the travel ban, it is really critical that you hire an experienced immigration attorney to assist you through this process. You're really going to want somebody who understands not just the requirements for you to be able to get the immigrant visa, but what the requirements are for the travel ban, what the criteria is that they're looking for, what the process is at the particular embassy or consulate that you're going to be applying at, and then how to go through that process, what kind of documentation will be accepted, and hopefully get you through successfully. Now, the success rates on the travel ban are extremely low. Statistics released from the Department of State earlier this year indicate that less than 6% of people who are applying for a waiver of the travel ban have been approved, and an even smaller percentage of people of that group have actually been issued a visa. So the chances of being approved for a waiver are very slim. Very few waivers have been approved in comparison to the number of people who have applied. The process is opaque and difficult, and even if you are approved for a waiver, getting that visa actually issued so that you can actually come to the United States, even though you've been approved, it is also difficult. In addition, the processing times of the travel ban waiver are very, very long. We're seeing a year or more. So if you or your family member has been determined to be subject to this travel ban, it's highly recommended that you work with an experienced immigration attorney to get you through this process. And if you would like to speak with our office about this, you can give me a call. Again, our phone number is 716-393-9878, and my email is julie@krugerimmigration.law.com. If your case if you've already requested a waiver, you've already gone to the immigrant visa interview and requested a waiver and been told, okay, we're processing your waiver. You were given at that interview, or you're given a piece of paper that says, where they checked a box saying you're being considered for a waiver. And your case has been processing already for a year or more, you haven't heard anything back from the embassy or consulate, I would strongly suggest you reach out to an immigration attorney to see if there is anything that can be done in your case. There are some things that can be done where cases have been processing for an extended amount of time. Perhaps the attorney might recommend contacting your local member of Congress, might recommend reaching out directly to the embassy or consulate, or possibly considering filing a writ of mandamus with the federal district court in your jurisdiction. So, contact an immigration attorney if your case has been processing for that long, and see, if there's anything that can be done to move your case forward. So that's kind of a brief overview of the travel ban and who is subject to it, a little bit about what the process, or really kind of non-process, there is out there, and what to do if you are subject to that travel ban. So again, if you are subject to this and want to speak to us, please give us a call. We'd be happy to speak with you. We offer a free case evaluation, and again, it's Kruger Immigration Law. You can find us on the web at www.krugerimmigrationlaw.com. The phone number is 716-393-9878, and my email is julie@krugerimmigrationlaw.com. Thanks so much for joining us. See you next time.